So how to become a mortgage loan officer. So before we get into any of that, I kind of want to go over what a mortgage loan officer is. So a mortgage loan officer is the individual who actually goes ahead and originates your home loan. They go over terms, conditions, interest rates, closing costs, down payment programs, and different things like that to actually go ahead and facilitate your home loan from the pre-approval letter all the way up to actually funding on the home. They're your point of contact when it comes to actually asking any questions, and again, going over those regulations, terms, interest rates, so on and so forth. So that's who you would be working with when you're looking to purchase a home. So if you're working for a bank, an FDIC bank, Huntington, PNC, so on and so forth, you don't have to be licensed, so you can actually go ahead and just be a residential mortgage loan officer. So if you work for those types of companies. Now, any other company like a wholesale bank, for example, you do have to be licensed, and there are a couple requirements in order to become a mortgage loan officer. So the first thing is you're going to have to take 20 hours of your federal pre-course licensing courses, basically, followed by around 4 hours of your state licensing, so 24 hours in total. That allows you, those prerequisites being satisfied, basically allow you to take your SAFE test, or the Secure and Fair Enforcement Test. So this was created right after the 2008 recession. When things got regulated, they regulated people who could actually originate loans by taking this test. So there's a huge barrier to entry to being a mortgage loan officer in today's world. You have to go ahead and pass your SAFE test. So the Secure and Fair Enforcement Test consists of 125 questions. You have to get at least a 75 on the test to pass, all within 190 minutes. So it is timed. The pass rate for your first attempt is 55%, according to the MLS. And all subsequent attempts are around a 43% pass rate. So it's a very difficult test based on those numbers. Now, furthermore, you actually have to wait 30 days if you fail your first time. So your first through 1 through 3, if you fail, you have to wait 30 days before you can take the test again. After you fail your third time, you have to wait 6 months. So there is a good deal of timing with this test. They want to make sure you understand from a comprehensive perspective everything that has to do with origination. So what it consists of is 23% of federal mortgage related laws, 23% of general mortgage knowledge, 25% of mortgage loan origination activities, 16% of ethics, and then 13% of the test is uniform state content. So basically you have to know all these regulations, terms. Do you know what TILA is? Do you know what RESPA is? Do you know what home equity lines of credit are? Do you know what an index is? Do you know what LIBOR is? Do you know what COFI is? Do you know your FHA guidelines? Do you know your USDA guidelines? Do you know your conventional guidelines? How does an appraisal work? What is the cost approach? What is what is the difference between home insurance and mortgage insurance? Stuff like that. So these are all things comprehensive that you need to know in order to do this. So, just for example, this is what I had to study when I took my test back in 2018. It consists of, big booklet of different things that you have to go through again. So it's not an easy test to pass. But once you go ahead and pass this test, you are able to go ahead and get sponsored by a company. And then, typically there's a small waiting period, typically around 30 days of when you can actually go ahead and get your NMLS number. You're sponsored by a company, and then you can start originating. So if you have any questions on how to become a loan officer or what being a loan officer entails, please let me know.